faith-based story. The Prodigal Son Returns, a journey of forgiveness and restoration. In the bustling heart of the modern city, where skyscrapers kissed the heavens and neon lights painted the streets with an electric glow, the story of the prodigal son began anew. The echo of urban life resounded as Jason Anderson, the prodigal son, stood at the threshold of forgiveness and restoration. Jason had spent years chasing the allure of the city, indulging in its fast-paced lifestyle. He had left behind his humble beginnings, leaving his father, Robert Anderson, with a heavy heart. Robert was a devout Christian, whose faith had seen him through the trials of life. He never ceased to pray for his son's return, his unwavering hope drawing from Luke 15:20, but while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and felt compassion, and ran and embraced him and kissed him. Now, at the age of 35, with a weary heart and eyes heavy with regret, Jason longed to return to the faith and love he had once known. His life in the city had left him empty, a modern-day prodigal desperately seeking a way home. Jason reached out to a childhood friend, Ethan, who had never strayed from their shared Christian faith. As he hesitated outside Ethan's modern apartment, adorned with minimalist decor and soft hues, he recalled Luke 15:32, "It was fitting to celebrate and be glad, for this your brother was dead, and is alive, he was lost, and is found." Jason hoped that he, too, would find his way back to the warmth of his family and faith. Ethan welcomed Jason with open arms, a smile of grace lighting up his face. Over a cup of artisanal coffee in Ethan's living room, Jason shared his journey, his voice trembling with vulnerability. He recounted nights of empty indulgence, days spent chasing ambition in the concrete jungle, and the endless search for meaning in a life void of faith. Ethan, a modern believer who found solace in the verse from Philippians 4:13, "I can do all things through him who strengthens me," urged Jason to return to their father's house. He believed that the power of faith could heal the wounds of the past. Jason, his heart heavy with guilt, agreed to visit his father, with Ethan as his guiding light. They embarked on a modern-day pilgrimage, their journey filled with uncertainty and suspense. The prodigal son's heart raced as they approached his childhood home, the familiar sight of the white picket fence and the smell of the garden taking him back to a simpler time. Upon reaching the front door, Jason hesitated, fear and doubt clouding his vision. But Ethan, ever faithful, gently reminded him of Romans 8:31, "If God is for us, who can be against us?" Jason took a deep breath and knocked on the door. The door creaked open, revealing Robert, a man who had aged gracefully, his eyes filled with love and forgiveness. In that moment, Jason's heart was heavy with emotion. He fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face, and whispered the words from Psalm 51 hours 10 minutes, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me." Robert, his voice gentle and filled with love, extended his hand to lift his son from the ground. He embraced Jason, the weight of the years of separation dissipating. In that embrace, Jason felt a sense of forgiveness and restoration that he had longed for. The family reunited, their journey of faith continued. They attended church together, where Jason shared his testimony with the congregation. As he spoke of his journey, the congregation found inspiration in the words of 1 John 1:9, "If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness." But their modern world was not without its challenges. The city's relentless pace, the temptations that lurked in every corner, and the constant noise of modern life threatened to pull Jason back into his old ways. He was haunted by a sense of unworthiness, wondering if he truly deserved the forgiveness and love he had found. One day, as Jason and Ethan were walking through the city's bustling streets, they were approached by a charismatic stranger, Lucas. Lucas was well-dressed and charismatic, his words smooth and seductive. He offered Jason a life of luxury and success, promising him everything the modern world had to offer. Ethan remembered the words from 1 Peter 5:8, "Be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary the devil prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour." He knew that this encounter was a test of Jason's newfound faith. Jason hesitated, tempted by the alluring promises of material wealth and worldly success. But then, he thought of his father's love, his friend Ethan's unwavering faith, and the forgiveness he had received. With newfound strength, he declined Lucas's offer, reciting the words of Matthew 16:26, "For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul?" Lucas, defeated, retreated into the city's shadows, leaving Jason and Ethan to continue their journey of faith. As days turned into weeks, Jason's restoration deepened. He rekindled his relationship with his father, attending weekly Bible studies and serving their church community. He became a symbol of hope for others who had strayed from their faith, a living testament to the power of forgiveness and redemption. The modern city, with its endless distractions and temptations, remained a challenging backdrop for Jason's journey. But he had found his anchor in faith, and in the love of his family. The story of the prodigal son was a living narrative in the bustling streets, reminding all that redemption was possible, even in the most modern of lives. In the end, Jason had returned to his father's house, not as a prodigal son, but as a son forgiven, restored, and filled with faith. The city's lights shone brighter than ever before, and the modern world, with all its complexities, had been touched by a story of grace and redemption, proving that even in the midst of the chaos of contemporary life, faith could lead one home.